Hey guys, my name is Sam Harkin, and I am playing Depression Quest. As you can probably guess from a name like Depression Quest, it's not exactly a very fun game, so there's probably not going to be tons of jokes and stuff. You might have heard of this game because its creator Zoe Quinn has got tons of controversy about Gamergate and just, it's so awful, and I'm not even going to bother discussing it. So I thought this would be a cool way to kind of discuss my own issues. So it's about living depression. I'm going to kind of breeze through this part because there's lots of reading in this game. It's obviously not supposed to be light-hearted. If you actually have depression or anxiety or whatever, and are easily triggered, you might want to click off because it's actually pretty. They don't really hold back too much from what I've seen. And yeah, obviously, if you have these kinds of issues, I'll try and leave like a link or two down to like phone lines and stuff. So please call those. Don't commit suicide and stuff. I mean, I know that I've had kind of thoughts in that kind of region, but yeah, don't do that, please. So yeah, I'll leave links to that kind of stuff, and obviously don't watch if you're easily triggered. Anyway, so this is going to be so much fun. So we are going to start. Hey. Okay. It is early on a Monday morning. You are a mid-20s human being. You have a significant other named Alex, who you are rather fond of, that you have been seeing exclusively for the past few months. The rest of your social circle consists of a variety of friends, acquaintances, some of whom you met at your day job, which is a little boring but pays the rent. You'd like to be doing more with your life, as would your parents, but you're still in the process of figuring out what that means, and how to go about it. That's pretty accurate, I think. I kind of tend to be a bit aimless, as I have been for a while, so I think that definitely doesn't help. You are dealing with motivation issues, which is kind of my kind of thing as well. Which that sometimes make dealing with these difficult. You feel like this is probably your fault, and on bad days you can feel inwardly angry and down on yourself for being lazy. But you're not quite sure how you can break out of it, or how other people deal with these feelings and seem so very functional. That is so accurate. Like, I kind of have friends that either know exactly what they're going to do, even the ones who are kind of like, oh, I don't really know, it doesn't even matter, blah, blah, blah. Even they have some kind of idea, and the ones that don't even seem to care. So it is pretty difficult. You spend a lot of nights fixating on thinking about this, but never seem to do anything about it other than lose sleep. Sorry. Okay, so what's kind of cool is, since this is a text adventure game, we can kind of get little insights. So let's talk about Alex. I do like how it's kind of androgynous, so you don't know the gender. So, oh wow, she looks very, that looks like a puddle of... I'm sorry, I kind of want to make jokes, because it's just kind of dark. You met Alex through a mutual friend a few months back. The two of you hit it off pretty well that first night, and after a series of initially awkward dates, you finally became a couple, much to your surprise and excitement. This is pretty much, so far, the only kind of depart, because I've never really had a girlfriend, and admittedly, I do kind of think sometimes, when I'm kind of like, oh man, I need one of those, like, I'm kind of like, oh wait, that would kind of be difficult, wouldn't it? Okay. Alex is 3 months younger than you are and is currently a student with a part-time job in a broad circle. So okay, so it is a she. So you're either a straight guy or a lesbian. She's got a wide variety of interests, and oftentimes you worry that you might be too boring for her. That is an issue that I think would be very prevalent in a relationship for me. but she has been good at trying to reassure you that she's happy with you. Yeah, I imagine that would get to be a bit of a strain. Your relationship consists of a lot of nights of watching Netflix when you've both got time off work, and she doesn't have classes. Well, that's not how you're supposed to properly say that sentence. With the occasional social outing that she tends to have to talk you into attending. She tries to be understanding when you're in one of your moods, as she puts it, though you are starting to feel like she doesn't understand what it's like for you, and this is a source of tension in your relationship. Coupled with your reluctance to want to go to college parties, this feeds your worrying of not being exciting enough for them. I can totally see that. I mean, even at this point, like, the time that I'm actually filming this, because I do film these ahead of time, it's only like been a week since I finished exams, and I haven't really spoken to anybody. And people are kind of like, oh, you should totally talk, and I'm just like, I want to, but it's just kind of like awkward. Social circle. Beer, the fuel of any social circle. Your social circle is made up of a few close friends, some of which you've known from high school, some from the jobs you've worked. You've also made various acquaintances. You've also made various acquaintances through reluctantly going to social events with Alex, and you keep in touch with a few friend of friends that you occasionally run into. You also have several online friends that you talk to regularly, that you feel less guarded with, possibly due to communicating from the safety of being behind your keyboard. This so far is insanely accurate. Shout out to Tiger Talks. I don't do shout outs, it's not my thing. I just kind of go, subtle reference, and then link in the description. You enjoy the low commitment of the friendship since they don't expect very much of you other than to listen and share personal thoughts and experiences. So accurate, because I mean, like, I that's kind of the reason that I don't talk to my friends too much about it, because I do feel like something's going to change, or something's going to be weird, or some kind of reaction thing's going to get really muddled or something, and it's just going to be really uncomfortable. That's kind of why I talk more about this online, like now, than like face to face. So yeah, I might link my family to this, because I'm just really risk averse, I think. You feel incredibly nervous trying to make new friends on your own, and are very good at talking yourself out of going to unfamiliar places or larger social engagements, regardless of how much you may actually want to attend. Accurate. I've spent like the last 4 days just inside. Meeting new people stresses you out to a high degree, and this is something you wish you could work past. You admit that you have a bad habit of flaking on social engagements, even with long-time friends, and are puzzled as to why some days you just can't force yourself to go see these people that you really do care about. Those that have stuck around long enough to be close with you understand that this is a thing this is a thing you sometimes do, and have seemed to more or less accept it, even though they charge you for it on an occasion. Blech. However, you've had friends in the past give up trying to maintain a friendship with you because of this trait, taking your social anxieties as a personal slight, or eventually getting tired of trying to track you down all the time. You feel incredibly guilty about this, but are not quite sure how to change. Day job. This is another thing that's kind of a bit different, because I don't have a day job. Looking for that as well. You have a day job which you feel is really nothing special. You started out receiving minimum wage, but have stayed around long enough to be making enough to support yourself. The work is dull and unrewarding, and most days you feel like just about anyone could do it. You have a hard time relating to most of your co-workers, so you mostly keep it to yourself and get the work done while you're there. There are one or two people that you chat with, though you wouldn't consider yourself close with them. I've been there with school. a lot of days you have a really hard time getting out of bed and forcing yourself to go in. You're starting to wonder how long you can keep this up. You'd really like to find another job in your field of interest, but feel like you are underqualified every time you look at online job postings. Sometimes you think about going back to school, but you would be unsure how you would be able to support yourself and wonder if the degree would really help anyway. That's kind of accurate. Like, that's accurate, not in the sense that I actually have a job, but I have been studying for a while, and I'm going to have to, like, go back and do courses that I completely bombed out in, because I really couldn't be bothered with anything. And I kind of feel like that. Like, I kind of feel that way about my education, because I kind of go, I'd love to try something new, and I'd love to go out and do something new, but I don't think that's going to help, because I went into this course being like, oh, I need to do something, I'll do this one, and then I'll get this job. But now I feel shit, and I'm pretty confident that if I go to another one, I'll go, oh yeah, this will be great, and then I'll end up feeling the exact same way, and then I've just wasted however many years of my life. So that's not a fun time. And finally, parents. You're one of the few people you know of parents never got divorced, of whose parents never got divorced, but you wonder if they still love each other sometimes. I am lucky in that I don't have to worry about that. That hasn't really been an issue. Like, some of the time I'll be like, oh my god, they're yelling a lot, but I mean, they're just kind of like that from time to time. They seriously love each other. You have an older brother named Malcolm who has moved across the country with his wife to work at a high-paying job. Every major holiday that you see him at, you feel a bit jealous and like the lesser kid, despite being genuinely happy to see him. You feel very ashamed of these feelings. So accurate. I do not have a brother, but I feel that way about quite a lot of my friends. Because quite a lot of my friends, as I said, know what they're doing in their lives, so I do kind of feel jealous. And then I kind of go, but wait, they're my friends. I shouldn't be jealous of them. I should just be having a good time. But I don't, because they just have this ability to deal with life that I just don't. So it is kind of heartbreaking. And I think being an only child, some of the time, like, my parents can be a bit, like, they just love me, and I'm always going to appreciate that. But I don't know, some of the time it's just really hard to have to interface with them, and I really wish I could just, like, go somewhere else and just be like, no, I'm sorry, I just, like it's even simple, stupid things that are completely irrelevant, like being able to, like, sit outside and stare at the moon and stuff, and, like, not have to explain why I'm doing it. Let's see, your parents generally care about you. This often involves inviting you back to your childhood home for dinner, though your mother thinks you never visit quite enough, but you get the impression they don't fully understand you. They want to see you succeed and don't know why you haven't gone farther in life yet, because you're so smart and talented. Anytime you've tried to talk to them about your motivation issues, they tell you that the solution is simply to work harder or want it more. Sorry. Your father is generally more forgiving for your lack of a career path, while your mother seems to think you're too smart to be in the position that you're in. You know that they love you and that they're not bad people, but you really feel like a big disappointment sometimes. I'm lucky in that I don't really think I'm like a disappointment, because I don't really think myself through my parents. But yeah, as I said, some of the time it can be difficult to interface with them. Okay, so I think that's just about all the time we have specifically for this video. There will be another one later today, and I'm actually going to try and record one of these once a day, so you can kind of see the way, the levels that I kind of go through. At this point, it's okay. I spent most of the day doing nothing, but like just in the last hour or two I've filmed a whole lot of stuff, so I'm not feeling too bad about myself. Because I feel like a lot of my self-worth, to an extent, is influenced by my productivity. So I've been a bit productive, so I don't feel too bad. But we'll see how I feel tomorrow. Anyway, please subscribe. There are other videos coming out, more Mimicry Man. I've got another video for a game called No One Has to Die. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Bye.